Okay guys, so welcome back to Lucien TV. In this video I'm gonna talk you through the training plan I followed to make my first race. I'm gonna divide this video up into several sections and several topics. If you only want to have one aspect covered, then just click on the time. Okay, so first I'm gonna talk you through the physical training I made in order to get my body ready to race. So I wanted to go twice to the gym, which results in about a bit more than 1 hour per week, just to gain that maximum strength, especially my upper body, to be able to hold on to the lines if it gets a bit messy during the real rough downhill sections. I also wanted to do high intensity interval training at home, at least 30 minutes a week, just to get my endurance up to the point. High intensity interval training is a format where you do exercises, and in between the exercises you need to keep moving. This burns a lot of calories and also boosts your endurance. Further on, I wanted to do 2-minute planks every evening. This just strengthens your core muscles, which is very good because if you want to be fast downhill, you need to be very stable in your core area. And now let's go onto the bike and see what I wanted to do on the bike. So I wanted to do 1000 meters of climbing every week, just in order to get those legs spinning as much as I wanted to. Also, I said that I'm going to do 3 times off-road biking every single week, just to keep in shape and don't lose my skills. I kept records which bike I rode and how many kilometers and how long, also what other sport I did, so if I did soccer or if I went jogging or something like that. And I also wanted to do at least once a week the Pfannstiel trail. This is my local go-to trail to compare times and see my progression, which was very important to see if I get any better. And at the end I also decided to do stretching, just because it supports your regeneration and yeah, it also keeps you flexy. So now let's go on to what I did to keep my bike skills up to the level I wanted them to be. So I paid attention to line choice, because if you have a faster line, obviously you're going to be faster. Also, I tried to do race runs, so I didn't stop during rides and gave it all I had. I worked a bit on my cornering technique and also wanted to keep speed through sections, because if you keep your speed, you're going to be faster at the end of the day. And overall, just I wanted to ride more and progress faster, because that's kind of the rule of thumb, yeah, there. Also, you need to prepare mentally for what's to come, so maybe imagine the race, maybe do some race imitations, so make a course that could be similar to the one you're going to race, and then yeah, try to ride it as fast as you can. Okay, so now let's go on to nutrition and what I changed in my diet. So first of all, I didn't change a lot because yeah, I just enjoy eating what I want to, and also I thought that I didn't have to go this professional. So I just tried to eat less crap in between meals, like cookies, sweets and similar stuff, because obviously that is not very supportive if you want to go get stronger and faster. Also, I tried to take 2 to 3 protein shakes every week, and not only because it boosts your muscle buildup and therefore your strength, but more because you recover faster, and faster recovery means you can train earlier and get more training overall, which results in you getting stronger and faster. So what did I do to my bike to make it race ready and faster? First of all, this bike was new to me when I started this training, so the first thing I had to do is set up the suspension, because I bought a very adjustable suspension fork and shock absorber. This took quite some time to get the right amount of clickers. Also, I was experimenting with tire pressures, because if you go too high, your tire is just not gonna have a big enough footprint, and this results in you not getting enough grip and just bouncing around. But also if you go too low, you're running into a high risk of breaking your rims or going flat. To help the flats, I also went tubeless, And this is when you ditch your inner tube and you replace it with some tire sealant, which seals up holes if you get flattened by something like a nail or a thorn. I experimented a little bit with my cockpit, so bar height, bar roll, and brake lever position, but I kept it quite the same as on my last bike because it worked well for me there. I also experimented a bit with the Ride 9 system. This is a flip chip Rocky Mountain provides in their shock hardware, which lets you tune the bike's geometry and also the suspension characteristics. So I ran it in position number 5, which is the neutral position in the middle, but with the more progressive suspension characteristics, which I think suits my riding style. So let's go for a summary. What worked out good for me and what didn't. So first of all, I'm really happy with my progression. You can also see that I went 10 seconds faster on my reference trail, in my case the Fun Steel trail, and considering this is only a 3-minute long run, 10 seconds is quite a lot. And now to the negative stuff. I often forgot to do the plank because sometimes it was just too late and I forgot it. And I should have bought another helmet because during the race I realized that I wasn't able to breathe as good as I wanted to, so I should have bought another helmet which is a bit lighter and more breathable. I also should have trained more my endurance rather than maximum strength, because during the race I realized that I had the strength to hit my lines that I wanted to and keep it together, but my endurance was just not really up to the task, and especially in one stage that also contained some uphill, I really got to my limits and I think I lost some time there. So I should have invested more time in my endurance. Now let's go for some tips and tricks that I can give you for your next race. Maybe it's your first race. So you need to think about what race you're gonna ride. If you're gonna ride a cross-country race, then it's gonna be good if you do long rides without stopping in between, having a lot of uphill and also downhill, as technical as possible for sure. If you're gonna ride downhill, then it's gonna be very crucial to find downhill tracks that are steep enough and rough enough to be able to train on them, and also you're gonna have to have a lot of strength, and your endurance is only the second most important thing. In my case, or in our case, we did an enduro race. Maybe to clear up, an enduro race is when you have timed downhill stages. So you have between 4 and 5 stages that your time is taken and then added together. In between those stages you have so-called liaisons or transfer stages. They aren't timed, but you need to cover a lot of uphill, and this for sure takes away from your energy, and like this you won't have this energy for the downhill. So maybe just train exactly what you think you're gonna face. Then imagine the race, maybe do a practice race. We did the EWS from Zermatt, and we replicated this race to be able to find ourselves in this race situation before the race. So maybe that's a good thing for you too. And then also have goals. In my case, it's that training plan. Okay, so this is only about my training, not about the race itself. If you want to see the race and the vlog we did during the race and what results we achieved, then maybe just wait for Saturday, and there's gonna be the whole race vlog online on our YouTube channel, so keep an eye out for that.